to her and says, "My wife doesn't talk to the help." Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Traveling Gun. My name is Thomas. I am a regional flight attendant. Today, I began a 5-day trip. It originally was on the 200. Part of it still is on the 200, even though I don't like the 200. But there was nothing for me to trade it out with. So it was just like, just you know, work with what you got. But then last night, something came open. So I'm only working 3 days on the 200, and then the other half is on a 900 because I found a longer route, which gave me more credit hours. So it is what it is. It works out that way for me. Other than that, there's nothing really new. I start service for the first time in over a year, so I'm gonna see how that goes. I think today all my flights are not service flights, which I have 5 legs. Yeah, 5. Even though they're not that long, I think the longest route is 45 minutes. So, but that's how it is, you know. Other than that, if you are new here, please make sure you subscribe to all my returning subscribers. Thank you for the support. I do appreciate it, and all the love that you do show me. So I'm finna get ready and drive on down to the airport. I'll see you guys a little bit later on. So I forgot to tell you all, today was kind of a late report. I didn't have to report until 12:55. I don't really end until midnight tonight, and pretty much I'm on a 12-hour overnight in Chattanooga tonight. So also, here we go. It is back. We have our drinks. Cranberry, obviously you can see how small they are. These are like the, what is it, the 5.5 ounce cans that we just actually give to them instead of the 20 ounce cans. And from the way that this plane is feeling, there's no APU, none whatsoever, because it's not even hot here in Atlanta. It's like 60-some degrees and it's warm on there, and it's cooler out here in the jet bridge than it is on there. But I'll see you guys a little bit later on once I get to Chattanooga. Good evening or good night, however you want to put it. It is 11:47. I just made it to my room here. Today was very uneventful. I had an FAA inspector on my flight, but he was just riding. He wasn't giving me an inspection, which I've had one since I've been here in 3 years. And, you know, when you do get an inspection by the FAA, they basically come on, they make sure well, before it was our FAM, which had papers, they make sure it's all up to date. Now they just check your SkyPro and the battery life and everything like that, and just make sure you're doing everything by the book. So it wasn't a big deal. But yeah, today it was a 10.5-hour day almost. You know, I reported at 11:55 and I'm done at 11:47. And this is how some of these days go sometimes. But each day now, the overnights get shorter. Like tomorrow's 11 hours overnight. The next night is 10 hours until it gets back early, so I don't end late once I get home. I'm trying to think. There was something else that happened, but I just can't remember it right now. I'm pretty sure that I will. That sit kind of made me sleepy because I was like, man, why can't we just keep on going? I had this 1.5-hour sit before I came here, and I was just like, started sitting down, and then I got sleepy. So now I am sleepy. But the gym is closed at 10. I'm going to get up in the morning, and I'm going to go work out in the morning instead of doing something here tonight. So I'm going to get ready and wind down, go to bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow because I have a 11:50 report. No, sorry. 11:50 van time tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to day 2. I was super tired last night. Like, I was literally knocked out, dead to the world. I don't know why I was so tired. But I did get up and go work out this morning. Today, I have 4 legs. Once I come from Chattanooga, I have a sit for like 1.5 hours. Then I do an Albany turn, and then I end up in Knoxville tonight at 8 o'clock. So I'm not ending as late as I did tonight. And then tonight is a 11-hour overnight, and I have an easy day 3. So, and I knew what I had to tell you. So today our schedules drop, and when they drop, and when we have the ability to swap them, I'm going to be on the plane. Now, for those who don't know, the CRJ200s don't have any Wi-Fi whatsoever. So I'm probably going to miss that window of trying to drop to see if the grid is green, which it hasn't been in almost like 2 years. to be able to drop something or try to swap out things before everybody else. So hopefully my schedule is what I get asked for. I only asked for the 23rd to the 25th off in May. So hopefully I get that. And the rest I just bid for max credit hours just because they can give me the most amount of credits that I can hold at my seniority with the minimum days off, which I think is 11 days off next month. I'm not for sure. But it is what it is. But that's what I had to tell you yesterday. I just couldn't remember it whatsoever. But I remembered it this morning once I woke up. But so yeah, our schedules do drop today and I'll see what I get, hopefully. And which with me doing max credit hours, and if they give it to me, that means either if I'm on a 200, I'm gonna work a lot of legs, or if I'm on a 900, either I'm gonna work a lot of legs or a lot of long routes. And it's gonna be pretty much almost 10-hour overnights every day. So that's how that usually works, but we'll see. I'll see you guys a little bit later on once I get to Knoxville.
Ryan Little.
Yoga.
Good evening. So I made it here to Knoxville. Today was very uneventful. My schedule came out and they kind of gave me what I wanted, but they kind of didn't. I end up with 97 hours, which that's a lot, especially being with and still have the full amount of days off, which is 11. And I got some days off that I needed in between, but not really. Because the 2 days that I did need, they didn't give it to me. They gave me like 3 after the 2 that I actually really needed. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get somebody to swap with me as far as they take the back half of my trip and I take the beginning half of their trip since I'm off after that. Some kind of way I can finagle it or finesse it like that. We can't drop anything because the grid was red as always. So I can't drop it. The only thing I can do is hope that somebody could pick it up and I pick up part of their trip at the beginning. So it's kind of like an even swap type thing. But again, uneventful day. Tonight is almost, technically, if you break it down, it's supposed to be 11-hour overnight. But if you break down what time I have to report and have to get up, it ends up being like 8 or 9 hours overnight. So tomorrow's a very easy day, so I'm not really worried about that. Other than that, I'm finna get ready and wind down, catch up on some YouTube videos, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. Today is, I think it's day 3 or day 4. I'm not for sure, but I'm pretty sure. What's today? Saturday? Yeah, today's day 3. And I have 2 legs. Pretty much I deadhead from Knoxville to Atlanta. I sit for almost 3 hours, and then I operate a flight to White Plains, and then I'm done. So pretty easy day. Now, I know yesterday I was talking about the reserve grid and how I can't drop trips. So what it is, we can see the reserve grid, meaning each day for next month, it has a number of reserves that they need. And if it's in the red, that means we can't drop anything. If it's green, that means we have more than enough reserves to cover the trip if it's put into open time. And I know it's probably sound complicated to those who are not a part of this or seen open time or understand what I'm saying, but that's how it actually works. We have to have above the number of reserves for a particular day, and it has to be green for, let's say if I want to drop a 5-day trip, the reserve grid has to be green for all 5 days in order for me to drop it. If not, I can only drop partial of it, which would be, let's say the first 2 days are green and the last 3 are red. So I could drop the first 2 days and pick it up on the 3rd day if I wanted to do it that way and split it up if I needed that time off. So that's what I meant by the reserve grid was red and it's not green, which it hasn't been. We haven't really been able to drop trips probably in 2 years because for whatever reason, the reserve threshold keeps going higher, higher, higher. Even during the pandemic, it was higher, even though flights were getting canceled, but that's just how it was, you know. But I've stopped trying to figure it out because that's way above my pay grade and trying to figure it out, but it is what it is. But I'll see you guys a little bit later on once I get to White Plains. Normally what I do when I'm doing service for first class, I use the back of the manifest that the gate agents give us, and I basically make a copy of the seat map for first class, and I number it and letter it by seat and number, and then I write the passenger drinks on there. I also do it when I'm doing meal flights because for me, it just makes it a lot easier. Some people choose to do it on their phone. I just choose to write it out. So that's what I'm doing here.
I'm upside down, singing down the hall. Slow down, raindrops on my window. I'm dreaming, but it doesn't make sense at all. Flame the microphone on the wall. I'm upside down, singing down the hall. Slow down, slow down. I'm dreaming.
So I've made it here to White Plains, did my first service in over a year, and it went pretty, smoothly or whatever. We didn't have a lot of things. A lot of people didn't want anything, and then we're just giving people the can, so it made it a lot easier. Did it pretty fast, so I didn't lose speed. Like when I first started, it took me almost an entire flight to finish service throughout main cabin, but I guess that has to do something with pouring the drink versus we're just giving them the can now. So I haven't been to White Plains in almost 2 years. I've always avoided it. Or like my very first flight here was when I was on reserve. And I'm standing in the front. My flying partner, she's doing first class pre-departure services. And she kept asking this lady, would she like anything? She wouldn't answer her, So she moved on. Maybe she wasn't ready. Just kept going to everybody else. She came back, kept asking. Then her husband turns to her and says, "My wife doesn't talk to the help."
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And I was like, I'm sitting there and I heard the whole thing play out. And I was just like, the help? And, and that was my first experience with White Plains. I pretty much took care of the whole plane because she was so hurt. She was crying the entire flight. The captain said, look, since they said that, don't even serve them at all, period, the entire flight. And that's what happened. But it's not that bad of a flight. Sometimes it can be. Sometimes that can be any flight. But that was my first experience with White Plains here. So that's my story for White Plains and what I have here. It is what it is. But I have an earlier report than I have before. So I have to get up at 4:30. I have a 5:30 report time. No, a 5:30 van time. Wait, do I have a 5:30? I don't know. We early. I know that. I do know the van is at 5:30. I just don't remember the report time because I could have sworn my report time is like 5 something. But it is what it is. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning once I get up. Good morning, everybody. It is early. It's going on 5:15. I have a 5:30 van. Today I only have 2 legs. I go from White Plains to Atlanta. Then I sit for like an hour and a half, and then I go to Tri-Cities. And I'm done before 12 o'clock today. Slept really well last night. Not tired at all. Like my last trip, I was really, really restless at night and so tired during the day, but it is what it is. There's a lot of things I wish that I could show you all, but it would be considered proprietary information, so I can't show you because a lot of the stuff that I say will make a whole lot of sense if you could see it. But, I just try to give you as much as I can as far as things that I do on a daily or what we do here or, as far as going into with schedules and things like that. But, I can't show you all, but I wish I could. But that's all that I have for you all. I'm finna get ready to go downstairs, and I'll see you guys once I get to Tri-City. Hello, everybody. So today was easy. I'm glad I was able to do first class service. It kind of made the 2 hour and 20 something minute flight go by pretty fast versus just handing out those snack bags in 5 minutes. And with service, I can make a whole video on service courtesy, but just a little tidbit to all you newer flight attendants, or you're finna go to training. When we're during service, after you're done with service, it's courtesy just to throw out your old cans that you're not using and restock for the crew that's coming onto the plane if you're getting off or whatever like that. Just common courtesy to do stuff like that, because if you leave the cans in there halfway open, a lot of times what flight attendants do when they go to just to make sure they have everything, they slide those drawers out. And if there are drinks in there, then 9 times out of 10, they're going to spill and waste everywhere like that. And also, too, during normal times when you have to do a pre-departure bed for first class service, it's always nice to come to a fully stocked cart, because that way, you can just find what you need to find right then and there versus having to look for it because the previous crew stocked for you. So just a little bit of courtesy, that's all it is. Like I said, I can do a whole video on that. Then we get here to Tri-Cities and I'm getting my bags down. A passenger took my book bag. And normally I wouldn't care, but it has my laptop, my car keys, house keys, passport in there. So I had to find them, and then they left their book bag on the plane on a total opposite side. My book bag was next to my rollerboard that has crew all over it. But luckily, once I got to the front ticket counter to drop off his bag, he was coming back into the door to say, hey, I'm sorry I took your book bag. I didn't mean to scare you, blah, blah, blah. You know, it happens. I've seen people take other people's, other crew member actual rollerboard. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I get it. You don't pay attention. You're rushing. You're doing all this other stuff like that. But it is what it is. I'm taking a nap right now because it is a little bit before 12 o'clock. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and it is go home day. Good morning, everybody. Today is go home day for me, and I have 5 legs. I really was trying to get rid of 5 legs, but I couldn't find anything in open time to get rid of the 5 legs. But what I did do, the reason why I swapped it from a 200 to a 900 was on day 3 and 4, I was already working 5 legs on a 200, but it was only equaling out to minimum day. So I was like, why do that to myself when I can just work 2 legs and still get paid the same? So it's all about working smarter, not harder. So there was nothing really for me to swap it to kind of really give me a greater boost or try to get home earlier. I tried. Open time has just been trash. Even this month, trying to figure out something for May is trash as well. I go from Tri-Cities to Atlanta, Atlanta to Augusta, Augusta back to Atlanta. Then I do a Valdosta turn, and then I'm done for the day. I'm done by 4 o'clock. So I'll see you guys a little bit later on once I get back to it. Hello, everybody. So it is quitting time, and I was a little bit delayed today. Basically, when I got here on my last leg, I mean, it's typical of Atlanta. First, the gate agent couldn't operate the jet bridge correctly, so that took 15 minutes for him to get us hooked up. Then, in typical Atlanta fashion, there's no wheelchairs waiting on the 1 wheelchair person that we have. That took another 20 minutes, but it's expected because that's here. Other than that, the day was very, very uneventful. I had 3 legs. No, take that back, I lied. 5 legs today, and I'm off for the next 3 days. And I'm just gonna enjoy my 3 days. So I wanna thank you all for watching. If you're new here, please be sure to subscribe to all my returning subscribers. I do appreciate the support. And as always, hug on the ones that you love. Tell the ones that you love them. I'm gone.